This clip begins with the white team losing the ball and having to transition to defend quickly. The nearest defender, who is the left side 8 in this shape, recovers back in front of the ball and forces inside. Because there are covering defenders on both sides, she could have forced either direction, since we want to force into where the help is. As the ball travels, the number 10 steps out to the ball, and a number 9 drops down to help prevent the switch and force a negative pass. After a few short and negative passes, now the other number 9 is forcing to the outside and into more covering defenders. The left back then travels as the ball travels, prevents the opponent from turning, and forces a negative pass. At this point, the ball has been forced wide. There is about 25 yards vertically between the back line and the forwards, and the weak side players are now in the middle of the field. Because of the consistency of pressure on the ball, the players traveling while the ball travels to close down space, where the team is forcing, and the team compact shape, the result is a forced pass from the opponent and the white team regaining possession. This clip starts with a punt. The blue team wins possession, but the white team has numbers around the ball and good pressure, making it difficult for the opponent to go forward. The near side number 8 and the number 10 are next to the ball in good position, but the number 10 becomes too worried about the opponent dribbling across the field. When the number 10 steps up, a gap is created, and the opponent is able to turn into the gap to go forward. When this happens, the number 6 steps up well, and the near side number 8 recovers back and central fast to intercept the ball, regaining possession for the white team. Here you can see the overall compact shape of the white team. Aside from one forward, all field players are in a 20 by 20 yard box. This clip starts with a throw-in, taken relatively quickly, so the white team is still shifting across. As the number 10 and the number 9 shift over, they take an angle of approach that prevents the opponent from switching, forcing her back into pressure. The near side number 8 moves off the thrower to pressure the ball. Once she does this, the opponent is forced to pass back. The opponent does find a forward pass, but the white center back steps up as the ball travels to pressure and tackles when the opponent takes a long touch. The other center back drops in to provide cover. Though unlucky to have the tackle go back to the opponent, the back line has good compact shape with the center back and number 6 recovering back in. The far side number 8 is stepping out, but the opponent still has time and space to prep a longer touch for a long driven ball. Because the ball is about 50 yards from goal, and it's doubtful that the opponent will shoot from there and be able to strike it over the goalkeeper's head, we would like to see the goalkeeper with a higher starting position. That said, the back line reads the cues of the long ball, starts to drop early, and takes away the space in behind. The goalkeeper has also read the long ball, starts to come out, calls for the ball, and regains possession. This clip starts with the near side number 8 applying good pressure in the opponent's back, not allowing her to turn and forcing her to play negative. A number 9 travels fast as the ball travels to pressure the center back and at an angle that forces her back into pressure. The outside back is able to be into the opponent's back and delay the attack, allowing the near side number 8 to recover to double team and tackle. The outside back also shows good tackling technique in her balance and stepping into the ball instead of reaching out. As the ball gets loose, she then steps in between the opponent and the ball, shielding the opponent from the ball. Finally, because the number 6 is in a good covering position, she is able to step into the loose ball and regain possession for the white team. This clip starts with the near side number 8 in white forcing the opponent back. The rest of the team is all shifted over to one side of the field and about 20 yards between the forwards and back line. As the ball is passed back, the team steps up, but one number 9 takes too direct of an angle of approach, allowing the opponent to open up and switch. She works hard to keep pressing though, and with the team's good compact shape, the number 10 is able to be in the back of the opponent on the next pass. The number 10 is able to force another back pass to the outside where she has cover, and the near side number 8 travels as the ball travels to pressure the opponent, forcing another negative pass. Though they are able to play a few forward passes, because of the compact shape, the white team is always able to close space fast, disrupt the opponent, and force negative passes. Eventually, the opponent simply passes the ball out of bounds due to the patience, discipline, and overall compact shape of the white team. This clip starts with the right back in the back of the opponent, forcing her negative. You can see the rest of the back line compact laterally. As play resumes, you can see the near side number 8 and number 6 recovering back fast. When the opponent attempts to make a long square pass in the ground, one of the center backs on the white team travels as the ball travels to close space, prevents the opponent from facing forward, and is able to tackle after forcing a poor touch. You also see the number 6 falling into the back line right away to cover for the center back who has stepped into the midfield. The left back is also recovering back into proper shape. Unfortunately, the tackle goes back to the opponent, but the shape of the back line of the diamond midfield is very compact, both laterally and vertically, ready to deal with the next ball back in. This clip starts with a free kick on the far side about 15 yards from midfield. As the player approaches the ball, the white back line gets into a side-on position and starts to drop to cut out the long ball, take away space behind, and stay in front of the ball if they don't win it. As the ball is struck, the left back stays in the back of the opponent to apply pressure, which causes a poor touch. As the touch comes across the field, the nearest defender, who is a white center back, steps up to pressure, and a left back falls back in. As the ball is played back and wide due to quality pressure and compact shape, the right back closes space while the ball travels and stops as the opponent takes her first touch, allowing the defender to be balanced and have enough time to react to the opponent. Because of that, the opponent chooses to pass back, and the near side number 8 travels as the ball travels to close space while reading the touch of the opponent before making a decision, and is then able to step into the tackle because she has read the big touch. This results in another negative pass, which is the cue for the rest of the team to step up the field to compact the space. They are also narrow as a group, with about 20 yards between them side to side. This compact shape forces another wide pass, and now the left back closes space like the others have. The rest of the back line shifts over so the right back is now in the middle of the field with a slightly open body shape so she can see the ball and the defender on the other side of her. The left back contains the opponent, and the number 6 is able to intercept the ball. Again, you can see the back line and diamond midfield shape and how they have shifted to deal with the play. This clip starts with the white team defending against a counterattack where the opponent has a lot of space to dribble. You can see the back line and number 6 dropping back in central as a unit, while the far side number 8 goes to the dribbler. The dribbler makes a forward pass to a player who still has space. Since the ball is now closer to the goal, the nearest player, a white center back in this situation, stops dropping and starts to close space in a controlled way. The back line continues to drop and becomes more compact centrally. Because the left back dropped back and centrally early, she is in the perfect place to make an interception when the opponent plays the ball. She chooses to attempt a clearance or one-touch pass though, so they do not regain possession. After a few short passes that are contained well by a good compact shape, the back line and right back specifically are in a good place, deep and central, to get to the service first. This clip starts with the opponent dribbling at the white team. The number 6 is in good defensive position with the proper body shape to allow the dribbler to close her own space and force the dribbler wide. When the ball is passed wide, the right back travels as the ball travels to close space and stops just before the opponent takes her first touch, so she can be balanced and read the opponent's touch, which will allow her the time to react properly. She jockeys the dribbler until the dribbler gets into a more dangerous space, and then steps to close the remaining space and tackle. This forces a square pass into the middle that the white far side number 8 disrupts. The number 8 is able to do this because she is in the proper central compact shape. As the ball is disrupted, the near side number 8 closes space as described above. She moves her feet quickly to stay in front of the defender because the dribbler is in full control of the ball. This forces a square pass central that the far side number 8 intercepts. Both the midfield diamond and the back line are in excellent lateral and vertical compact shape. This clip starts with the white team defending higher up the field in the opponent's half. The near side number 8 is closest to the ball while the rest of the team gets their shape, and she forces a negative pass. The opponents find a central pass that splits the two forwards, but the number 10 is able to step up while the ball travels to be in the opponent's back. The far side number 8 has dropped and got more central to make another forward pass that could split the midfield very difficult. From this position, the far side number 8 will be able to step out at the ball while always being between the ball and the goal, or what is called goal side. All of this forces a square pass wide that the far side number 8 steps out to, making a forward pass difficult. A negative pass is then made to the opposing center back. As this happens, the closest forward steps to the ball, and the other forward moves high and across to first make the switching pass difficult and to squeeze space towards the side. Now the opponent is forced to pass back to the goalkeeper, who simply clears it one time into the pressure, resulting in their loss of possession when they lose it out of bounds. This clip starts with the white team transitioning to defend high up the field in the opponent's penalty area. The near side number 8 gives immediate chase. Because of the immediate chase and resulting pressure, the dribbler is forced to pass. The number 6 arrives as the ball is received, preventing the opponent from turning, and forces a negative pass. This delays the opponent's attack, giving the white team the time they need to get in good compact shape. The closest forward applies pressure to the negative pass, and from an angle that forces a quick pass wide into pressure. The right back and the number 8 travel to close space and prevent the opponent from turning. This also delays the attack, allowing the other defenders to shift more, compacting the space. On the next pass, the number 10 closes space at an angle that makes switching the point of attack difficult for the opponent. If the number 10 gets right in front of the opponent would have easily been able to switch out of pressure and attack from the far side. The far side forward reads the switching pass, intercepts, and regains possession for the team much closer to goal. This clip starts with the opponent regaining possession and trying to move forward quickly. The number 6 is able to step to the ball and apply pressure. The back line is in a numbers up situation. The opponent has 2 players high, but the white team's back line has all 4 players back. Because of this, the nearest center back is able to step forward to pressure the receiver. The back line is still numbers up when she does this. The remaining players in the back line continue to drop and get central, which allows the other center back to intercept the forward pass and regain possession. This clip starts with the opponent regaining possession and quickly playing forward before the white team can get into proper defending shape. The opponent is able to play through the middle and then find an attacking player wide. The right back travels wide as the ball travels and is able to get goal side of the attacker. All of the right back's covering and balancing defenders are central, so she attempts to take an angle that forces the opponent central. The opponent attempts to play a central square pass, which the recovering number 6 is able to intercept, as she works hard to recover back and central into shape. This clip starts with a punt and the white team dropping back to deal with it. The near side number 8 gets back to disrupt the play, and the number 10 steps up to pressure and force wide because of her angle of approach. The near side number 8 then travels as the ball travels, stopping just before the opponent's first touch to apply pressure in a balanced, disciplined way. As the ball is passed, the number 6 is instantly in the receiver's back with a body shape that forces the next pass wide. You can see how compact the closest players to the ball are, allowing the right back to have immediate pressure as the ball is passed wide. The opponent can now only pass wide. The closest center back has shifted with the runner to contain her as she receives the ball. The right back has recovered back centrally to provide cover, and the number 6 has fallen back in as well. As the ball is passed, square and central, the number 6 closes space as the ball travels, as we have described already, reads the poor first touch, and steps in between the opponent and the ball to separate her from the ball and regain possession.